Hi, everybody. Hugh Burrill here for Golf Town. Very happy to be joined by Mr. Tom Gruger. He is the Global Marketing Director for Wilson Golf. And Tom, you guys are causing a little bit of noise with the new Triad golf ball. Tell me about Triad. Lots of golf balls promise longer distance and more control. How does Triad get this done?
Oh, thanks, Hugh. Part of the entire marketing campaign around Triad is, oh, great, another golf ball, right? No shortage in the marketplace of options for players. But what we found in developing this product is that there was a niche that was unfilled, and we really worked a long time to be able to develop a product that met the needs. When we take a look at the golf ball market, there are a lot of players who are playing multi-layer urethane balls that just aren't helping them play their best. The default oftentimes is simply to go to that most expensive ball or that most popular ball. At the other end of the spectrum, there's a lot of very high quality two-piece golf balls that probably aren't meeting the performance needs of this player that's really getting good, starting to manage his shot shaping and shot making, and is able to get close to that breaking 80. And that was really the focus of what we were trying to accomplish with Triad. Triad is a very unique golf ball. It's got three performance features that I won't go into the deep dive technical attributes, but it's very important to understand why this ball does what it does. We call it T3 technology. So there's three parts to this. It's a three-piece urethane golf ball. First, we took a very innovative approach at this player. Understanding a golfer at this level, if he's able to hit three more fairways, chances are he's going to improve his greens in regulation, hitting out of a fairway. And when you're hitting more greens, chances are you're going to make more putts. And this idea around three more greens, three more fairways, three more greens, and three more putts, that's really what was at the crux of this. So the development started around, how do we help a player at this caliber hit more fairways? And what we really centered on was this idea of high MOI, which is that's a complex aerodynamics target or nomenclature, but what it really means
Moment of inertia, right?
It's moment of inertia.
See?
And on golf clubs, it's popular in perimeter weighting. That's how you handle this, and it resists twisting. On a golf ball, what we did is apply that same sort of perimeter weighting notion, and we took weight out of the core of the golf ball, and we moved it out to the mantle and to the cover. And what that did off of a golf ball that's fully compressed, like off of a driver, is we lowered the spin rate. A lower spin rate off your driver simply means a better chance of hitting fairways. If you've got a less than tour caliber swing, you might not be putting that perfect move on it every time. And so if you're hitting a slice spin or a draw spin, what we're going to be able to do is reduce that down, enable you to hit more fairways. And so that was the first part of this golf ball's performance. High MOI construction, moved weight out to the perimeter to reduce spin to allow you to hit more fairways. The second piece there, while low spin off the driver is good, we wanted to maintain or even amplify spin heading into the green. So off of your scoring irons and your wedges, we featured a very thin urethane cover, the thinnest urethane cover that we've ever used. And so this face grabbing urethane generates the highest spin in its class. There's not a three-piece urethane golf ball in the market that is going to spin more into the green. So far so good. We've reduced the spin off the driver to get you into the fairway. We've amplified that spin into the green to enable you to hold more greens. And then the final piece of T3 technology is what we call tri-balanced construction. And this is a patented construction. It's a little bit complex, but the idea is that a heavy core, a core that has a heavier density than the other layers, if you don't get that core perfectly centered, that heavy core can cause a heavy side or a light side to a golf ball. So oftentimes maybe that putt that you missed, maybe it actually wasn't your fault. This is an industry, this is something that's plagued the industry for a long time. And we know studies show anywhere from 3 to 11% of urethane multi-layer golf balls have concentricity issues. So our unique approach to this is that every one of the layers has uniform density, meaning exactly the same thing. It almost performs like a one-piece golf ball. And so if that core happens to be off center, even by a millimeter, that is going to affect a traditional ball. But with Triad, it's completely uniform because of that uniform density. And so it rolls like a one-piece ball. It's perfect performance on the green every single time, no matter what.
We all know that golfers, like a lot of athletes, are very superstitious, and they love what they love, and they don't necessarily love change. So what was the feedback from some of the players when you introduced the Triad to them?
It's interesting. The first feedback we do almost with every, especially the tour caliber ball, is we blank out anything that they're testing. So we try to take away the preconceived notion that what they think about brand A versus brand B versus brand C. That level playing field is an enormous piece of the testing that we do, because what it does oftentimes, and certainly in the case of Triad, is it validated the performance. Without knowing what they were hitting, we were able to just genuinely take a look at the data, and they were seeing lower spin rates, long distance off the tee. They're seeing demonstrable spin greenside. And so that first blind test is really what helps us validate that our technology is really, really good. And then we offer it up against, the leading competitors in the category. And you're exactly right. There's some preconceived notions that I trust this or I trust that. And what we're asking consumers here is to trust in Triad, that this ball is really going to help them perform better.
Tom, we get fitted for clubs, we get fitted for putters. Talk about the importance of getting fit for the right golf ball.
Hugh, it's a hugely important piece of the puzzle for a player, especially one who's really trying to get to that next level. Just based off of golf ball or category market share, we know there's a lot of people playing a ball that isn't going to optimize their game. They either can't compress a product enough to activate how it was constructed, or it's spinning too much for the consistency that they're able to do. That's why we're really focused on putting Triad in as many hands as possible. You can go into a Golf Town store and we'll have Triad, as well as those key 8 competitors that are also 3-piece urethane balls. Put it on the monitor and take a look at the results for yourself. We're very confident that this ball does what we say it does, and for somebody to be able to test that against maybe their current gamer, we think we're going to have a really good chance of converting somebody over into Triad.
Hey, if it can help me break 80, I'm a fan.
That's the plan.
Less spin off the tee, more spin around the green, and a truer roll once you're on the green. Not bad.
Absolutely. We're pretty excited about it.
It's the new Triad in stores mid-February. Tom, thank you very much for joining us today.
You got it, Hugh. Thanks for having me.